right now.
9-4 lead for the Bulldogs. Kick out on the left wing, it's Edey. Edey penetrating against Timmy, giving up a lot of height to Drew Timmy. 7 inches to be precise. Here's White at the top, ball poked free. It's a turnover. Nembhard running up the floor. Nembhard step through, right side, layup good. 11-4. Gonzaga forcing another turnover, getting out and running. 7 points.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Molly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Arndt McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists, off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome in to Jefferson High School. We are in Shenandoah Junction, where tonight it is a rivalry renewed as the Jefferson Cougars play host to the Martinsburg Bulldogs. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller, along with Matt Crawford, John Alderton on our TV10 camera, and Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. Now, some technical difficulties, but thankfully some difficulties as well with the scoreboard here at Jefferson High School, and that has had us a little bit delayed as the JV game winding down, and Jefferson with a 56-51 lead. Martinsburg getting a bucket in the paint to draw a little closer. Matt, let's see if we get some free basketball. Hey, if the varsity game is anything like this one, we're in for a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a game of who can make a free throw. This JV match has been all about who's making shots in the field, not the foul line. But, yeah, hopefully the varsity game's as good as this one. 15.7 left in a three-point game. And, Matt, from everything we've looked at, and, again, these games aren't played on paper, but if they were, you'd say, you know what, this is going to be a pretty darn good basketball game, and maybe have some feelings of this matchup of old.
All right, let's look at the records, officially and unofficially. We have to do this every time. You know that, right? According to the WVSSAC, Martinsburg will come in at 3 wins, 1 loss officially in 4 games. Technically, they're 4-1 on the floor and winners of 4 in a row. Jefferson officially comes in at 3-0. But overall, they are 5-1 on the floor and winners of 4 in a row. That gives you an idea of how well these teams are playing early on, although Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers is going to tell us a little bit later on they're not playing nearly the way he would like to see them play. Martinsburg coming off a hard-fought win at Musselman last time out.
Yeah, 2 games ago, it was the Hedgesville-Martinsburg game, and you and I both agreed that we thought that was the best overall game that Martinsburg had played all year. Let's fast forward to earlier this week when they were at Kleincourt taking on Musselman, and while they didn't play a bad game necessarily, it seemed like there were a couple of opportunities they could have really put that game away late, and they just weren't able to do it. Now, credit Musselman, they were able to stay in the game as well offensively and defensively, but it was a case where Martinsburg just could not seem to put that game away when they had several opportunities to do so. I'm guessing that's what Coach Rogers was referring to.
Well, they had a 25-20 lead at the half and had a 5-point lead in the waning seconds, but a personal foul followed by a technical foul on the Bulldogs. Cyril and Gossa gave Musselman an opportunity. They were only able to make 2 of their 4 free throws, however, and then a 3-pointer at the horn off the mark, and so Martinsburg escapes, getting that victory 60-57. Meanwhile, for the Jefferson Cougars, Matt, they didn't even get to play or practice through the first part of last week because of the red color code status on the DHHR map. By the way, Berkeley County's been red for the last 3 days, but last Wednesday, Governor Justice said we're going to scrap the map, let's everybody get back to the high schools and get back to the extracurricular activities. And so Jefferson able to host Washington last Friday, and the Cougars won that one 61-47.
And that was a game that I think was going to be a telltale sign of how good Jefferson was. It's a rivalry game, and while Jefferson hasn't making noise so far this season, it was also Washington who had been a kind of underachieving and overachieving at times. So the way that Jefferson was able to come out and win that game, I think, said a lot. And I think so far this season, they've been impressing a lot of people, including statewide. What is it, number 10 this week in the statewide 4A ranking. So looking forward to this game tonight. Again, two teams that are going to play a little different basketball. Both are going to want to get up and down the floor, but Jefferson is going to want to put up an awful lot of shots from beyond that three-point line, whereas Martinsburg is still trying to find their rhythm from the three-point arc.
We'll take a little deeper. Jefferson holds on for the 56-53 final. Martinsburg and Jefferson getting ready on the varsity level as the teams get ready to take the floor to begin their warm-ups. We're going to send it back to the studio, take a 2-minute timeout. On the other side of the break, we'll see what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle. It's our check of the area schedule. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNRN TV 10.
Erie Insurance says, here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know, you pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
We welcome you back in here to Shenandoah Junction. The Jefferson Cougars hosting the Martinsburg Bulldogs in a big boys matchup here on this Tuesday night. Time for us to see what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle. And Matt, I think before we look at the schedule for tonight, let's look at what happened over the weekend to help set things up for tonight. We already mentioned that Martinsburg win at Musselman on Friday of last week, 60-57 in that one. It was Spring Mills getting a victory over Broad Fording last Friday, 40-38. That was a replacement game after Hedgesville was unable to play. Spring Mills reeling off 3 straight wins with that one, but it was short-lived as Spring Mills went to Morgantown and fell against University on Saturday, 64-34. Still a nice turnaround for Spring Mills after the slow start.
Yeah, I think they've proven that they can compete against the, I don't want to say average or mediocre, but against the heart of the pack this year. I think they've proven that they don't necessarily have the pure basketball players. There's definitely some athletes on that team, no doubt about it, but they don't necessarily have the basketball players to keep up with some of the big boys across the state, and not a lot of teams do. There's a reason there's only 2 or 3 at the end of each year that are really in that upper echelon. But speaking of, have we mentioned Broad Fording Christian just about every single time we've talked about the look around the area, they should be part of the EPAC at this point.
Well, they've played everybody because, remember, the schedule is limited right now around the EPAC because you can't play any of the teams in Frederick County, Virginia. They've, in fact, already wrapped up what they were doing even after the Virginia High School League had put the finishing touches on their winter schedule. And so that leaves you only some private schools over in Maryland, maybe even into Pennsylvania. But finding opponents certainly not easy. Also on Friday night, it was Jefferson with that 61-47 win over Washington. In girls play over the weekend, Jefferson scored their second win of the year against the Lady Bulldogs of Martinsburg, 50-48, and it was Washington over Hedgesville, 57-32. Now that leads us into play that is going on here this evening, or maybe I should even start with what happened yesterday. We're having some video issues, we understand. Matt Crawford is working on those as we speak. I'm hopeful that the audio portion of the broadcast is continuing, and so I'll continue our look at the area schedule as Matt tries to work on that video side. Yesterday, it was Musselman getting a victory at Broadfording. There you go, Matt. We're talking about Broadfording Christian again. The final in that one was 67-55, while the Musselman girls yesterday defeated Washington 45-32. Today in girls play, Spring Mills at Martinsburg, Jefferson at Hedgesville, and in boys action, we've got Martinsburg here at Jefferson. Musselman is on the road to face Spring Mills, and Hedgesville getting back to action after not getting a chance to play last week as the boys and girls programs sat the week out due to health and safety protocols. Hedgesville tonight is at Washington. That is our check of the area schedule. Again, we apologize. We have been fighting the entire evening to be able to get our signal back to the studio. We've not had trouble quite like this here at Shenandoah Junction before, certainly not here in the gym. We get a good signal out most of the time from Sager Field, which is just a little bit past where we're at in this gymnasium, and from the football field that's literally right outside of the doors here of this gymnasium, but still efforting to make sure that we can keep things going with this one. Stay with us. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. On the other side of the break, we'll get back to our matchup as Jefferson hosts Martinsburg. We'll hear from both head coaches. On the other side of this break, it's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNRN TV 10.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
We welcome you back into Jefferson High School, where tonight the Cougars take on the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And Matt, this is a big matchup, not only because of where their records are right now, but what those records represent. And that is that these two teams right now are the front runners in their respective sections, meaning this could be a regional type of matchup. And if you were to send teams to Charleston right now, these two would be the favorites to be the two representatives out of 4A Region 2.
Yeah, they would. And talking with Coach Lewis earlier on Miller Time, if you look at this Jefferson team this year and put this talented group in last year and the previous years in that section in 3A where it's just Washington and Hampshire, I think you're looking at this going, man, they got a pretty easy road to a regional final. You've added Musselman now to the other side of the region, so the 3-team sections on each side rather than the 4 and 3 it was the last few years. So it's going to be a little bit tougher road having to go through Washington and Musselman this year, who are both having pretty good years. But right now, the front runner, Jefferson's taking care of both of those teams so far. So, yeah, like you said, clearly the front runner right now, front runners, if you will, are on the floor right now.
All right, let's hear from both head coaches. We'll get it started with the visitors from Martinsburg. Head coach Dave Rogers. I asked him about the gritty win for his team the last time out and what he saw.
Matt, we're not playing well. We're just not playing well. We're making mistakes when we shouldn't be making them, and I see good signs every now and then of good hustle and good energy, and other times I don't. And, you know, a lot of that is that we've been beating on each other for so long. You realize that most of the teams in the state have played 10 basketball games, and we're 3-1, and we've played 4 games in 3 weeks. Now you're going to turn around, and you've only got 3 weeks left in your season, and the sectional starts. So right now at this point, we need to play. We need to play, develop some chemistry that's not there right now, and just develop some things to make us get better.
Is it promising knowing you're able to get it done the way that you are, even when you're not playing your best basketball?
Well, I told that to the kids the other night. You know, you're winning and you're not playing well. And, you know, we turned that ball over 7 times in the fourth quarter the other night. Those are the things you just can't do. So, you know, we've got 4 nice seniors that are doing their job, and they just need to take charge, and they need to do what they need to do, and everybody else needs to fill in.
What is it you see in these Jefferson Cougars in what looks like a good old-fashioned cat and dog fight tonight?
Well, you know, I think they're a good basketball team. They're one of the tops in this region, and you know, they get up and down the floor. They're not afraid to shoot the 3. They're going to run and gun it with you, and so we've just got to get back on defense. We got to take the dribble drive away. We got to contest shots. We got to rebound. You just got to go play basketball. You just, you know, we sit here and look, and I don't care who we play. We've got to do what we're supposed to do, and it'll take care of itself from there.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. That is Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers. Let's turn our attention now to Richard Lewis, head coach of the Jefferson Cougars. Talked with him about that big win against Washington there last time out and what he saw in that one.
Well, stay out of foul trouble is probably our biggest Achilles heel right now. We got to make sure we defend without fouling. And I think offensively we had our moments, but overall we're playing pretty good.
You guys right now are leading the Eastern Panhandle in points per game, up there around 67. What has made your offense click?
Really just they sharing the ball. We've had a couple of different leading scorers. And just kind of distributing the ball evenly so nobody can key on one person.
What is it you see in Martinsburg in this matchup?
A team that's really experienced. They got pretty much just everybody back except 2 key players, but they got a lot of experience, a lot of seniors, really athletic, really can rebound the ball, and really quick.
You've got that experience as well. How's that benefit you tonight?
Definitely the benefits is we got 4 seniors, all 4 of them have been on varsity, pretty much, for 2 or 3 years, so that definitely gives us an edge.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
All right, there you go. That is Richard Lewis, head coach of the Jefferson Cougars. And Matt, you heard, this is a matchup of 2 experienced teams, 10 returning players, 4 returning starters for the Cougars. Martinsburg has 9 returning players and 3 to 4 returning starters, as they had a couple of guys that got a few starts last year, but maybe not in every starting lineup.
Well, I think when you look at up and down this roster, there's guys that you're going, are they still on this team? I know looking at the Jefferson roster earlier, going, okay, number 11, Trey Barlow. Good grief, is he in his 16th year of height? It seems like every year that he's been on the roster that we've been calling these games, and there's several names like that on both sides of the roster. So you talk about experience, and there is a lot of that here tonight. And you hear that Coach Rogers interview, and there's certain things you can count on in life, death, taxes, and Coach Rogers saying we need to play our brand of basketball and not worry about what the other team does.
We'll see if Martinsburg can come out and do that here in this one. A little deeper look at this matchup as we head towards the starting lineups in today's opening tip. First, a 2-minute timeout. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNRN TV 10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
We are here at Jefferson High School along with Matt Crawford. I'm Matt Miller. Our TV10 cameraman John Alderton. Colin McLaughlin is back at the studio getting ready for a great matchup on this Tuesday night. Martinsburg 4-1, winners of 4 in a row. Jefferson 5-1. Also winners of 4 in a row. Matt, I alluded to it in our last segment in our conversation with Coach Richard Moore. Jefferson is just under 68 points a game that they are averaging, and that is some 10 points more a contest than Martinsburg, who's at about 57.8 a game. Usually it's the other way around. Let's see if this Martinsburg offense can get in gear a little bit tonight.
And you go further down our list right now, and it's pretty clear why. You look at the threes for both of these teams. 22 so far for Martinsburg in the season, 4.5 a game. Not awful at the high school level. Then you flip to Jefferson, 52 threes for an average of right around 9 a game, rounding up from 8.7 a game to 9. And that's where your difference is. There's a reason that Jefferson is scoring more than just about anybody else in the E-Packet, 67 points a game. It's because they're knocking down 27 of those points just from beyond the arc.
Well, and that will be a key. They're going to have to shoot well in this one tonight. Another issue for Jefferson will be not turning the basketball over. As I looked at their stat sheet today, 19.3 turnovers per game, and they had 23 turnovers despite the 14-point victory that came against Washington on Friday night. If they turn the basketball over at that type of a clip today, I think that kind of plays into the hands of Martinsburg and what they want to do in getting up and down the floor just like Jefferson.
But it really depends on whether Jefferson's knocking down shots. You're not going to be able to get back and quickly get into a fast break opportunity if Jefferson's knocking down those threes. So the key is going to be good defensive or perimeter defense for Martinsburg. And for Jefferson, if you miss those shots, you're going to have to get back on defense very quick, or it's going to be a slam fest for Dorn Smith.
Yeah, and that's it. Who are going to be the players to step up today for Martinsburg? Dorn Smith averaging 15.2 points a game, leading the way for the Dogs. Anthony Smith at 11.6, and then after that, it's Trey Sager at 6.6 a game, Garrett Stobbs at 5.6 a game, and Luke Fowler at about 4.6 a game. So in that starting lineup, you got those two guys in double figures, but other guys are certainly going to have to step up.
And again, at some point, you're going to have to see other guys step up throughout this season. It's going to be tonight? I don't know, but for Martinsburg, you're going to have to get contributions from somebody other than Anthony Smith and Dorn Smith. It's just that simple. Trey Sager has picked it up over the last few games, but you can't just rely on two guys. You're going to have to start seeing more from Garrett Stobbs, more from Luke Fowler, even probably a little bit more from Trey Sager down low. He's been kind of moving that shot selection outside the paint a lot more the past couple of games, so you're going to need a solid third scorer. And right now, I think Martinsburg is doing that third scorer by committee, but it's only averaging right around 6 points. It's going to have to improve from that.
Well, for the Jefferson Cougars, Matt, they have that third scorer. Dayon Taylor is averaging 16.3 a game to lead the way, and then you've got Jaden Gladney and Will Shively, who are each right around 11.5 points per game. So they're a real three-headed monster. After that, Jaden Wilkie at about 7, and I missed Cam Johnson, who's at 8 points a game, and so they have really been able to spread that scoring out. We'll see if they can do that here in this matchup against Martinsburg. So I believe we're going to have the national anthem first. So let's go ahead and take our final 2-minute timeout. And on the other side of this break, we'll present the starting lineups and get into today's action. It is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR with Jefferson hosting Martinsburg.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Now the JORTC presenting the colors headed off the floor to the far side, and now it's time for a look at the starting lineups as we get ready for this one. Let's begin with the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs. They are led by 42nd-year head coach Dave Rogers, a record of 789 wins, 224 losses, assisted by Bruce Fowler, Brantley Osborne, Adam Lewis, Chris Berg, and Darrell Smith. Richard Moore not with the team here this evening. All right, for the Dogs, it is Trey Sager, a 6'4 senior at forward. Dorn Smith is a 6'3 senior forward. Garrett Stobbs, a 6'2 senior guard. Anthony Smith, a 6'1 senior guard. And Luke Fowler, a 6'5 junior forward. Now for the Jefferson Cougars, they're led by ninth-year head coach Richard Lewis. 83 wins, 106 losses. He's assisted by Tommy Murray. For Jefferson, Dayon Taylor, a 5'8 junior, starts at guard. Cam Johnson, a 6'4 junior, is at forward. Jordan Gladney is a 5'11 freshman guard. Will Shively, a 6'2 sophomore guard. And Jaden Butts is a 6'4 senior forward. There it is, a look at the starting lineups. And Matt, this is an experienced Jefferson team, but did you hear the youth in that starting lineup? You're talking a couple of juniors, one senior, a sophomore who played last year as a freshman in Will Shively, and then Jaden Gladney getting the start as a freshman. This is still a young group.
Yeah, it is, which means it not only should be fun to watch them tonight, but fun to watch them for the next few years here in Shenandoah Junction.
All right, Jefferson headed out onto the floor in the white uniforms, the maroon lettering and gold trim. Jefferson above the numerals on the front of those jerseys. Martinsburg in the black jersey tops, orange lettering, white trim. Martinsburg across the top of the numerals on the front of their jerseys. Again, we've been experiencing some technical difficulties with our video feed in particular. Stay with us if it does fade in and out. The audio feed seems to be working fine, and we'll just have a good old-fashioned radio broadcast. Martinsburg basketball working low post on this left side, right side of the floor, and the basketball tipped away safe from going out of bounds by Gladney, and that's a turnover. Jefferson now working into the offensive end. They shoot at the basket to our right. Taylor on the dribble. Left-hand drive into the lane. Floats one up. Really forced that one over top of Trey Sager. Rebound to the Bulldogs and back the other way. Anthony Smith into the lane. His shot blocked. Pulling that one down is Jaden Butts. Long outlet pass just beyond midcourt, and eventually pulling it in is Dayon Taylor, able to wrestle that one away from Dorn Smith.
Yeah, neither team really getting in a rhythm so far through the first minute of this one. Some quick back-and-forth basketball. Jefferson going to settle in here offensively.
Taylor on that dribble, going to pass it off on this left wing to Cam Johnson, dribbling to his right. Gives off to Shively, pass back this near wing, and it goes right past Johnson and out of bounds. Jefferson now with a turnover. So Will Shively throwing that one into the Bulldog bench. We're almost a minute in. Neither team been able to dent the scoreboard. Neither team's had a shot touch the rim. Into the front court, Dorn Smith passing ahead, intended for Luke Fowler up that far sideline, and overshot him out of bounds.
Well, Matt, this is not the game we hyped up in the pregame so far.
It'll get there.
Some sloppy basketball early on.
It'll get there. Let's see. Taylor going to dribble across midcourt, being picked up by Anthony Smith. Martinsburg in that man-to-man. Hands it off to Shively from straight away his three ball off the rim of the backboard. Sager grabs that rebound. Martinsburg the other way. Garrett Stobbs into the front court to Anthony Smith. Right side three on the way. Got it. Anthony Smith with just his fourth three of the season. Matty's gotten most of his points driving to the basket. That's a good sign when he can knock down the long one.
Yeah, wide open three. Good to see him knock that one down.
And Garrett Stobbs able to tip one away and get it in the front court and drive it to the basket. Garrett Stobbs with the steal and the layup.
And Stobbs not usually one of those guys you see in transition, but saw was going to be a steal. Immediately went back the other way.
Shively from the right corner. His three ball off the iron. Sager the rebound. Very quick outlet. Anthony Smith into the front court. Beautiful behind the back. Bounce speed. Got it to Garrett Stobbs cutting in on the left angle. Layup good.
And I like this out of Garrett Stobbs. Usually he's the one on the outside looking for the three. So far this year really hasn't been falling consistently. So just adding this a little bit to his game, driving towards the bucket.
Gladney lost his footing, maintained his dribble, was able to get it off to Shively down in the right corner to Cam Johnson, and Johnson drains the three. Well, that gets them on the scoreboard. Big bucket there. Looked like it was going to be a turnover. Into the front court for Martinsburg. Anthony Smith driving in from left to right in the lane. His shot rims out no good. Sager had it. Basketball knocked away. It's grabbed by Gladney. Gladney racing down the floor himself, down the right side of the lane. Oh, shot blocked from behind by Dorn Smith. Goes off the backboard and then out off of Martinsburg. There's Dorn Smith for you. Trailing on that play. Was not going to let Gladney get that leg up.
There is no ball with too much arc on it for Dorn Smith to block. I think we've seen him prove that this year.
Will Shively giving that inbounds to Butts. Just left of the key. Guarded there by Sager. Couple of dribbles off to that right wing where he gives to Johnson. Back to his left. Fakes that handoff to Shively. Good defense, Dorn Smith. And now Butts with it beyond the arc on the left wing. Good defense by Martinsburg. Butts picking up that dribble as they get rid of it, and it's stolen. Trey Sager sneaking in and just taking it from him. Sager into the front court, all the way to the rim. Underhand layup off the mark. Rebound tipped around, and Taylor finally comes away with it.
Yeah, Sager a good guy for the inside, but not sure that was the wisest decision to go 1-on-3 into the lane and try for the scoop shot.
Shively from the angle right side, works his way in and draws contact and banks it off the glass. Shively has his first two and a chance for three as the foul will go on Garrett Stobbs. That will be his first. It is the first team foul for either team. And Shively, a 77% foul shooter, 10 of 13 on the season, steps to the line and leaves it short off the rim. Oh, my, but the rebound to Jaden Wilkie, who had checked into the lineup. He snuck in between a pair of Bulldogs and found himself right there where that ball came down. Wilkie, hesitation move, driving in, shot blocked by Dorn Smith. Loose ball grabbed by Sager on the left baseline.
One of these days, somebody will realize not to do that anymore.
Anthony Smith getting to the foul line, picks up the dribble, passing off, and it's stolen. Intended for Dorn Smith, but an easy steal for Taylor. Taylor the other way. His shot would not go. Well, we got a blocking foul. Let's see if we may get a goaltend on that, and that's exactly what Richard Lewis is asking for as Dorn Smith smacked the glass going up trying to block that one as the shot may have been on the glass. They're calling the foul, it looked like on 1-4. That would be the second on Garrett Stobbs. I have to wait and see. Maybe that was a 1-1. Maybe that was on Dorn Smith. They're not putting it up on the scoreboard, and I could not quite read the officials' signal to the scorer's table. Either way, Dayon Taylor is at the line, a 61% foul shooter and misses. 16 of 25 now from the line for him. This foul shot on the way, and it is good. I believe that foul was actually on Dorn Smith, so one now on Smith and still one on Stobbs. 7-6, the Martinsburg lead at 1. Anthony Smith beyond the arc left side, takes it into the lane, was losing control of it and ended up losing it out of bounds.
Yeah, just drove the lane. I'm not sure it was ever poked at. I think he was just trying to go and switch from the dribble to maybe the underhand shot off the glass and ended up just going off of his thigh. And right now a game of runs. How about a 7-0 run to start the game for Martinsburg and a 6-0 run ever since for the Jefferson Cougars.
Midway through this opening quarter, relatively low scoring right now. Kamarion Dallas checked in for Anthony Smith into that Bulldog lineup. Taylor working into the front court. Dribbling to that foul line, cut off there by Trey Sager, had to back it out. Johnson with it on the left wing, dribbling to the top of the key to Shively. Right side three on the way, gets short off the rim. Nice job, Garrett Stobbs. He had inside positioning and was fouled by Will Shively. So Shively's going to pick up his first, give a team rebound to Martinsburg, and they will have the ball linked to the floor to go. Jefferson going to take this opportunity to apply some full court pressure. Stobbs waiting, eventually gets that ball into Dorn Smith to Fowler near that midcourt stripe. Nice little behind the back dribble, and then his pass far side tipped away, but Kamarion Dow there to grab that loose ball. Good pressure that time by Jefferson. Now that Martinsburg is into the front court, the Cougars going to back into a traditional man-to-man. Dogs work into the paint to Dorn Smith. Short jumper up and good.
High percentage wide open 5-foot jump shot for Dorn Smith. He's going to knock those down, and most people on the floor right now are going to knock that one down if you leave him that wide open.
A 9-6 Martinsburg advantage. 3-point lead as we near 3 minutes to play quarter number 1.
Good bucket for Martinsburg, though. That stopped a 6-0 Jefferson run. See if Jefferson can counter here.
Johnson giving it off to Taylor. Left side three on the way. Got it.
I think that's a counter for sure.
Yeah, Dayon Taylor with his 11th three-pointer of the season. Second in this opening quarter for Jefferson. We got our first tie at 9. Martinsburg able to throw over the top of the pressure, but then a pass in the lane, an easy steal for Cam Johnson.
Yeah, not a great decision for Trey Sager. An off-the-dribble bounce pass trying to go across the entire court. Not advised.
Johnson trying a deep three from the right side, didn't go. Butts the rebound. His putback wouldn't go as he got the second rebound, a traveling violation as he shuffled the feet before he could get the shot up. So a nice job inside by Jaden Butts after that very deep three from the right side. Martinsburg will have it again, length of the floor to go in a 9-all tie. Pressure being applied. Stobbs leaping into the air, passing into the front court to Fowler. Fowler driving in, angle left side, takes it right to the rack and lays it in off the glass. That's how you do it. Nice job, Luke Fowler. and quickly the other way. Taylor into the lane. His shot was blocked. Sager grabs that one, lobs it down the floor. That one was intended for Fowler, but run down by Wilkie. Another Bulldog turnover. Baseline left side, driving in was Ahmad Lacine. Lost the basketball. A little contact as he was losing it, but no foul called, and Martinsburg comes away with it. And now Kamarion Dow has it knocked away from him and out of bounds. It will stay with Martinsburg.
Well, Matt, Lacine had a wide open look on the left side of the iron, and Trey Sager was behind him. So if he didn't get that shot to go, probably still would have been a foul if Sager decided to throw that hand up. Really made it tough on himself and tried to go with the reverse.
Boy, how many times will you see this? Dorn Smith taking a pass on the right side of the floor out near the three-point line, pass to the low post left side to Kamarion Dow, and the guard lays it in. Deep three from that right side coming off the rim for Gladney. Rebound going out of bounds, and let's see, it will belong to Martinsburg. Last touching Jefferson. So the lead at 13-9. Yeah, Dorn Smith goes 6'3", jumps out of the gym. Kamarion Dow, not saying he doesn't have a, good little hop.
But usually he's running that offense.
Yeah. Dorn Smith up this near side, giving to Sager on the right baseline. Back to Dorn Smith, out top to Kamarion Dow.
Got to move that around. Luke Fowler was wide open on the left side.
Instead, Kamarion Dow dribbles into the paint, and the turnaround jumper up and good. Nice shot from about 8 feet out.
Yeah, good shot for Dow, but you could see Garrett Stobbs wanting the basketball because he was going to quickly fire it in the left corner to Luke Fowler, who was wide open.
Driving into the lane, Wilkie goes to the right hand for the shot. It was short. Rebound knocked away from Kamarion Dow. It's grabbed by Jefferson. They'll go left side to right, and that's Jarvis Wright out there for the first time. His three ball off the mark, and this one belongs to Martinsburg. 15-9, that Bulldog advantage. There's a midcourt pass over top of that pressure defense to Dorn Smith. Driving in on the right angle, goes to the glass and lays it in. He's got 4. 17-9 Martinsburg. Don't blink. Lacine back the other way, cut off on that left baseline. And now we'll send it to Gladney from the right side. His three ball on the way, off the mark as it rattled in and out. A rebound, Kamarion Dow into the front court, giving to Stobbs off the dribble. Right side three wouldn't go, and Dorn Smith is going to be called for going over the back, trying to get to that loose ball.
If there was one negative about being able to jump out of the gym, that is it. Thinking you can go over top of somebody and look for the putback like Dorn Smith was doing right there, but a good job boxing out down low for Jefferson and getting the basketball back.
Well, the hard part is that is the second foul on Dorn Smith. Looks like we'll have possibly a Smith for Smith. As Dorn Smith goes out, Anthony Smith comes in, Luke Fowler out, and Cyril Ngasa checks in. So the Dogs get a little bit slower. A little bit smaller, but perhaps a little bit quicker.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I'm going, okay, I'm not sure they're losing a whole lot of speed here, Matt, but I'll let you go with it.
I had the wrong S word there. So 17-9 that Martinsburg advantage. Gladney driving angle left side to the rack. It's a little too strong off the glass on the rim. Rebound to Stobbs. Knocked away from him. Boy, a ton of contact in the backcourt. No foul called. And finally, the outlet pass up the floor is stolen by Jefferson. Driving into the lane right, giving it off and in and out of the hands of Ahmad Lacine. But the reason he lost it is because we have a whistle and a foul. That may be on Garrett Stobbs. No, 4. That is Kamarion Dow who's going to pick that up. His first, and team foul number 4, and Coach Rogers all over the officials for not calling all that contact in the backcourt. 11.9 ticks remaining in our first quarter. Inbounds pass to Sam Wapnitz, who's checked in. From the left side, he'll fire the three and knock it down. Just his second three of the season. Came at a great time, 17-12, the Martinsburg lead, and as Kamarion Dow drove down the right side of the lane, he lost the basketball, stolen by Jefferson, but they never get the shot away. The horn sounds, and we head to quarter number 2 here at Shenandoah Junction after we take this 60-second break with Martinsburg out in front, 17-12.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know, you pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. Well, Matt, quarter number one playing out similar to what we thought we might see. Jefferson has 12 points on the board, and 9 of it has come from 3 3-pointers. They come in averaging just under 9 a game. Martinsburg, they've been able to spread out that scoring, 4 points each for Dow, for Dorn Smith, and for Garrett Stops.
Yeah, and I think you look at Jefferson, and they're hitting 9 threes a game. It's no question why. They're willing to put it up from just about anywhere on the floor.
Both of these teams laboring a bit with turnovers. I've got 7 for Martinsburg and 6 for Jefferson as quarter number 2 gets underway. Cougar basketball still shooting at the hoop to the left end of the gym. Good defense on Dayon Taylor, and Cyril Ngasa eventually gets the official to blow the whistle, the 5-second violation, and Martinsburg will get it on now, the 7th Jefferson turnover.
And I still need somebody to explain to me the purpose of the 5-second rule. I don't understand it. It's good. Maybe it's a reward for playing good defense. I never understood the 5-second call.
Kamarion Dow able to get it to Cyril Ngasa, penetrating along the baseline right side, put up the shot a little too strong. Rebound got tipped around. Wabnitz came away with it. Still in the backcourt, giving it off to Taylor. Taylor into the front court on this left side. Fires a pass down low, and the short shot off the mark as Jarvis Wright left it just a little bit short. Rebound to Martinsburg, and Anthony Smith with a pass in the lane, and it is stolen. Great defense as Wabnitz got back. He'll give to Shively, penetrating in on the angle right side. Underhand layup is good.
And Shively and Kamarion Dow both hitting the deck, and no foul call either way. Refs are certainly letting them play tonight.
Anthony Smith giving it off to Sager in the right corner, out on the wing to Kamarion Dow. Left that three-pointer short. Ton of contact again as Trey Sager runs down the loose ball after running over Gladney. Now Cyril Ngasa open down low. Good pass. Stops. Got it to him, but he missed the shot. Oh, my goodness. Rebound to Wright. Quickly into the front court. That's Gladney down the left side. Was that a little bit of a Euro step at the end as he got to the rim and put it in?
And it was that Euro step around Garrett Stops, who was standing in the middle of the lane looking to take a charge, and did a very good job. Did Gladney, the quick Euro step, and then around Garrett Stops.
Trey Sager double-teamed in the backcourt as Jefferson again goes back to that full-court pressure. And the pass intended for Garrett Stobbs knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Martinsburg. Dogs having a little trouble at times with this press. Other times they've been able to pass right over top of it. And the inbounds knocked away and stolen. Driving in is Jarvis Wright. And we're going to have an offensive foul. Wright will be called with the charge.
And Wright had Dayon Taylor cutting in on the right. I thought he'd been a little more advised. Just dishing that one off. Would have been a wide-open layup for Dayon Taylor. There's no way Kamarion Dow's able to turn around that quickly.
That Bulldog lead has been cut to 1, 17-16. 6 minutes, 20 seconds and counting in our first half. Anthony Smith passing ahead, and Cyril Ngasa never came to get the basketball. He was waiting on it to get to him, and by the time it did, Wabnitz was there, and he got the steal. We then get a reach-in foul that goes on Cyril Ngasa, and the 6-foot junior guard for Martinsburg has his first, and I think we've got a full timeout being taken by Martinsburg. We'll take the 60-second break as well. 6:16 to play in the half. Hang on, a 30-second timeout as they have just changed it. A 30-second break with 6:16 to play in the half, and Martinsburg up by 1.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Out of that timeout, the ball does belong to Jefferson. You could hear even from our broadcast position, Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers getting on his troops about turning the ball over. Got to protect that basketball. Jefferson has it right now. Gladney with it on that right side. Put it on the floor with a couple of dribbles, giving out top to Shively, back to Gladney, right baseline short jumper up and good. Jaden Gladney averages 11 a game. He's got 4 now in this first half, and Jefferson has the lead, 18-17.
First time today, Jefferson has that lead.
Yeah, Martinsburg the other way, and Trey Sager with a reverse leg up to get it to go. Had a defender in his face as he cut down that right baseline. Went to the left side of the rim and spun it in off the glass. So the Dogs back out in front, 19-18. Steal in the lane for Garrett Stobbs. He's going to bring it down the floor himself, giving it off to Anthony Smith, cutting in on the left side. His leg up good. Just like that, Martinsburg pushes the lead out, 21-18.
Well, Matt, has this been a game of runs or what?
It has been, and Garrett Stobbs been right in the middle of those runs for Martinsburg.
Absolutely.
On the far side of the floor, that was right with it, had the basketball stripped away. Anthony Smith, the beneficiary of the down floor pass, and again he lays it up and in. This time drove in on the right side of the bucket, 23-18. Martinsburg with 6 quick ones. On that far side of the floor, Taylor giving it off, out top. Wabnitz with the shot, would not go. Shively there, rebound and put back. As we get the inbounds pass for Martinsburg, we have a whistle and a timeout. This one being taken by head coach Richard Lewis, it looks like, and the Jefferson Cougars. Coach Rogers wondering if he had already gotten the ball inbounds or not, but our official says no, timeout had been taken, so hang on. It will be a 30. Let's do it again. We'll take another 30-second break with 4:44 to play in our first half, and Martinsburg in front by 3.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
So each coach has now burned a 30-second timeout in the first half in this one. Tight game right now. Martinsburg with that 3-point lead. Again, full court pressure applied. Anthony Smith working to that midcourt stripe. In the double team, able to get it off to Stobbs. Stobbs to the bucket. Shot may have been deflected, if not flat out blocked by Butts. And back the other way, Jefferson ball. Shively on the angle right side. Somehow fights through some traffic and spins it in.
Well, Shively, 8 points already, came in averaging 11.3.
He is looking good, just a sophomore. He's really grown up some since that freshman season a year ago on the varsity level. Anthony Smith around the screen, fires the 3 for the Bulldogs. He was on the right side of the floor, went around the screen, moving to his left, and then knocked it down.
And but Anthony Smith already in double figures.
Yeah,
he's got 10.
Feeling it. And he's the type of player for the Dogs that can take over a game. From the left side, a 3 is up and good for Jaden Butts, his 4th of the season. It is their 4th of the game. 26-25, Dog lead cut to 1. Anthony Smith the other way with a floater in the lane that's good.
Matt, is there anybody on this Jefferson team that can't knock down a 3?
It sure doesn't seem like it. Johnson getting down to that baseline left side, passes out on the right wing to Jaden Wilkie. He hits the 3, his 6th of the year. Tied at 28. Just our second tie in this one. We were tied at 9 in that opening quarter. The Dogs then finished that first quarter on an 8-3 run. Let's see what they do here. And it's a steal. As Wilkie able to take it away from Stobbs, and he'll take it to the rim and lay it up and in. Jaden Wilkie down the right side of the lane with the buckets. 30-28 Jefferson, just their second lead in this one. Jess Sutherland out on the floor for the Dogs. He'll fire the 3 from the right side, and
everybody's hitting them.
It's a 3 for everyone, 31-30. The Dogs back in front by 1. Shively from the right side. He hits a 3-pointer. His first of the night, 14th of the season.
What was it, Oprah? You get a 3, you get a 3, you get a 3.
I want to play.
This is fun.
It is. Love it when these guys are knocking them down. Kamarion Dow, he tries from the right side, but it's short off the iron and then went right over the fingertips of Jeff Sutherland and out of bounds.
Somebody had to miss one at some point. All right, this is the game that we hyped up in the pregame. The first 2 minutes, not even close. This right now was what we were anticipating this game looking like.
Hey, by the way, Musselman, end of the third with a 49-25 lead. Looks like there's a final now out at Spring Mills, and thanks to Brian Horner, but can't quite make out that scoreboard, so we'll effort and see if we can get that final for you. Butts down the left side of the lane for Jefferson, missing on a shot. Sutherland grabbed the rebound in a double team, tried to dribble out of there. Butts picked it up. Sutherland blocks it from behind. It's out of bounds, and will stay with Jefferson.
Good effort for Sutherland. He got the ball taken away from him in a tough area of the court. We did a good job sticking with it.
Horner sent us that scoreboard, but I think it might be a blank scoreboard, or at least extremely difficult to read.
No, that's blank.
33-31, Jefferson with the lead. The inbounds to Butts from straight away. Sending to Gladney on that right side of the floor. Left-hand dribble, gets to the top of the key. He'll stop and pop off the rim in the backboard, and Luke Fowler there for the rebound. And then we get a reach-in foul after the rebound, and that's Trey Barlow, it looks like, who will pick up the personal. And there's the part of this game that will sometimes drive you crazy, because that seemed to be the least amount of contact that we have seen all night long.
All you ask for is consistency. That's all you want from your officials. Either let them play up and down the floor all night or call touch fouls. I prefer to let the boys play. That's generally my rule of thumb, but at least have some sort of consistency.
Double team coming at the midcourt stripe. Kamarion Dow leaps into the air, passes to Smith. From that left side, he dribbles to his right, got just inside the foul line, 14-foot jumper off the mark, high into the air. That was Wilkie who grabbed the rebound. He's going coast to coast. Underhand scoop shot, spins off the glass, no good. A late whistle and a foul on Martinsburg. Boy, Wilkie with a great job just to be able to try to spin that one in, and it was Jess Sutherland who picked up the personal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bulldog team foul number 6. 3 team fouls have been committed so far by Jefferson. 1:39 remaining in our first half. Wilkie to the line has yet to shoot a free throw. 5 for 7 on the season. That is 71%. Puts this one up and off the front iron, no good. In that opening quarter, Jefferson just 1 for 3 from the foul line. That was their first free throw of this second quarter. Martinsburg has yet to take a free throw in this one. Foul shot on the way, and it is good. So Wilkie gets 1 of 2. He's got 6 points off the bench, and it's a 34-31 Jefferson lead. Kamarion Dow in the backcourt works up that far side of the floor, getting it to Luke Fowler from that left sideline. His 3-ball down near the corner, rims out, no good, and Trey Sager knocking it away from Ahmad Lassine, but it's out off of Sager. Jefferson has the basketball with that 3-point lead. Taylor going to check back in, Shively back in, as well as Barlow and Butts will make their way to the bench and get a little breather. Jefferson with a chance to add to the lead, with Wilkie working into the front court on that left-hand dribble. Moving to his right, giving it off to Shively. A little mismatch here. He'll fire the 3 over Sager. It rolls around the rim and out. Lassine the rebound. He was going back up, had the basketball taken away, and it goes out of bounds on the baseline off of Anthony Smith. Substitution as Stobbs checks back in now for Martinsburg. Jess Sutherland will head to the bench. 1:12 left in our first half. Jefferson by 3 with the ball. Still looking. Near 5-second violation. Eventually, the bounce speed goes to Gladney, cutting down the lane, and a short shot good. Someone fell asleep for Martinsburg. It led to an easy 2 and back the other way. Dogs trying to pass again over top of that pressure, and great hustle as Wilkie went into the bench. It's out off of him.
Heads up, Coach Murray down there.
Stobbs with it. Penetrating into the lane and then turning, wanted to pass out in that left corner to Fowler for 3, but again, good defense by Jefferson as they get in the passing lane and tip the ball away. I believe it was Gladney that was the one to get a fingertip on it. Fowler working that inbounds to Smith. To Stobbs, beyond the arc on that left side of the floor. Skip pass into this right corner for Fowler. His 3-ball, short off the rim. Taylor high into the air. He's got the rebound. bringing it up the floor himself. He gets to the foul line, bang, to bodies with Trey Sager. Pretty easy call there. Sager with the block, and the 6'4 senior has his first. That is the 7th Bulldog team foul. It should be the front end of the 1-and-1. I don't know that he was in any way, shape, or form ready to shoot that basketball. He was still trying to make his move towards the rim, and the officials give the indication it is the front end of the 1-and-1. Taylor made 1 of 2 from the charity stripe in that opening quarter. Misses this one off the right side of the iron. Sager clears the rebound. Outlet at midcourt. Staub's able to pull it in. His floater in the paint, up and good. Nice job as Garrett Staubs hit that floater cutting in from the left angle. Long feed down the floor, and let's see, it's going to go out of bounds off of Shively, and Martinsburg will get it. Jefferson really trying to work quickly, or no, will they say it was touched by Martinsburg? Was touched by a Bulldog.
Yeah.
Okay. The initial indication, I didn't think they had said that. Gladney taking the inbounds, and from the right corner, his 3 is off the mark. Rebound Kamarion Dow. Dow going coast to coast. He draws some contact, and they'll count it as well as he put it high off the glass and got it to go. Wow, that foul goes on Cam Johnson. His first, team foul number 4, and Kamarion Dow with a chance to tie this one up. See if he can do it from the line. A 50% foul shooter, but that's just 1 of 2 so far on this season. And this free throw is good. And yep, we've got a tie 36-all, our 3rd tie of this first half. 21 seconds left in the half. No way they're going to hold the basketball. Nice drive, Jaden Wilkie from the left wing. He got inside and went from the right to the left hand to spin it up and in. No fear from this Jefferson team whatsoever. 38-36, the lead for Jefferson, and in a double team just across midcourt, Kamarion Dow is whistled with a travel. I got 12 Bulldog turnovers and 10 for Jefferson.
And I'm not sure how that could be a travel. Kamarion Dow didn't really have anywhere to go right there. I mean, that pivot foot must have slid just a few inches, if anything.
4.6 left, inbounds, Johnson working to the top of the key. He'll fire that 3 off the backboard, off the rim. It's no good, and we will head to the locker room at the half with Jefferson out in front by 2. A 2-minute timeout, then we return to Shenandoah Junction as we get into our halftime activities with Jefferson leading Martinsburg 38-36.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know, you pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
Welcome back in to Shenandoah Junction. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton on our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. We have a 2-point halftime lead for the homestanding Jefferson Cougars. 38-36. Matt Martinsburg outscoring Jefferson 17-12 in that opening quarter. We had our first tie at 9. Martinsburg went on that 8-3 run, but then in quarter number 2, Jefferson got their first lead 18-17, about 5:52 to play in that first half. And, we had that tight back-and-forth game, tied again at 28, tied again at 36, and Jefferson gets the last bucket of the first half to lead by 2.
Yeah, 17-12, the Martinsburg lead after the first quarter. Then the threes came in, really on both sides. There was a run there of about 3 minutes where nobody could miss, including a three from Jess Sutherland. Not necessarily in his ballpark of where he usually likes to shoot the basketball, but even he was able to knock one down. So really just a up-and-down-the-floor game. This is what we expected to see tonight, and I think living up to the expectations.
It certainly is, and right now it's Jefferson who has that 2-point advantage. We talked about the key for Jefferson needing to hit their threes. They've done that 6 in this first half. We also talked about turnovers, and while Jefferson's turned it over 10 times, I got Martinsburg with 12 turnovers as they have had a little bit of trouble with this kind of hectic up-and-down-the-floor pace, but hey, that's what both of these teams like. We'll see how it plays out and if that pace can continue throughout the entire second half. Another 2-minute timeout on the other side of the break. We'll run some of the numbers from this first half, see if we can find that score out from the Spring Mills and Musselman game. We'll do that and more when we come back. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Tripp's at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com.
Well, I don't have to give you much. You already said Martinsburg's 1 for 1 from the line. That's from Kamari on down. Dogs not getting to the charity stripe much in this first half. The Dogs did knock down 3 3-pointers, 2 from Anthony Smith and that 1 from Jess Sutherland. By the way, looked back through, Sutherland did not hit a 3-pointer last season either. So as far as we would know, his first varsity 3. For Jefferson, we have them at 6 3-pointers made, and they've been spreading it out. Wilkie with 1, Taylor with 1, Johnson with 1, Shively with 1, Butts with 1, and Wabnitz with 1. One of those guys has got to hit their second here in this second half. You would imagine well on their way to their average of almost 9 a game. All right, rebounding, I've got +3 for Jefferson at 17-14. And in turnovers, I've got Jefferson leading there as well, +2. Martinsburg with 12. Jefferson committing 10 turnovers. We are at the intermission with Martinsburg trailing Jefferson 38-36. Matt, one other stat just to make you aware of, 7 team fouls on Martinsburg in that first half, just 4 for the Cougars. All right, we take another 2-minute timeout. On the other side of the break, we do have a couple of games to tell you about on the boys' side and we'll do that after this 1-minute break, and we are at the half. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Martinsburg has come back out and begun to loosen, take some shots, getting ready for our second half for the Jefferson Cougars. 3 players just now popping out of the doorway and back out onto the floor as they'll get in a couple of warm-ups, and we'll see how the rest of this halftime goes as the teams prepare for the second half. Everybody needs a little extra breather there sitting in the locker room after that very fast-paced first half. We do have a couple of game notes to pass your way. Let's start with a game that has already finished. Musselman getting the win over Spring Mills tonight on the boys' side, 65-43. Thanks to Brian Horner for providing us that information, and thanks to Athletic Director Aaron Whitford out at Hedgesville, letting us know that the Hedgesville-Washington boys game that was scheduled for tonight has been canceled. Now, I've asked him about the girls' game, as Hedgesville was supposed to be hosting Jefferson tonight, and I've not heard anything back on that. Spring Mills at Martinsburg in girls' play, and we will effort none other than the Turtle, Davis Moore, and see if we can get a scoring update from that one. Here it is a lead by 2 for homestanding Jefferson, 38-36. Matt, this is big right now. Martinsburg has won 14 in a row in this series. The last Jefferson win came right here in 2015. Yeah, 6 years ago, 74-62 was the final in that one. By the way, that snapped a 17-game losing streak for Jefferson against Martinsburg, so the Dogs have won 31 of the last 32. Jefferson trying to turn that around tonight.
So what you're telling me is the Cougars could be due for one.
Certainly. Certainly. Hey, thank you, Aaron Whitford. 26-14, Jefferson at the half with a lead over Hedgesville in girls basketball. All right, our second half getting underway here. Looks like each team going back to their starting lineups. Martinsburg has it. Luke Fowler up top, firing a 3. Very late whistle as the shot got blocked, and apparently a foul on Jaden Gladney. 5'11" freshman guard called with the personal, and that should be, is it going to be 2 or 3?
It should be 3 shots. Our referee indicating that right now.
Our underneath official wanted to make sure. The outside official with the call says Luke Fowler gets 3, and the first one short off the rim. Fowler's going to double up his free throw totals. In the early going of this season, he was 1 for 3 from the line prior to these 3. Second one is on the way. This one's good. Got a little more legs into that one. He's got 3 points now. Chance to put this one through and give us what would be our 4th tie of the night. Free throw up. Got it. So we are tied, 38-38. Now Jefferson with their first chance here in quarter number 3. Deion Taylor driving down to the right baseline, takes it up strong against Anthony Smith. A whistle and a foul. This one looks like it will go on Smith, and it does. That will be his first personal. And it looks like we may have a little bit of a change. Matt, this is something you talked about in that first half. You want to see consistency in the way this goes. They let them play a lot in that first half, but we've seen a couple of really quick calls to get this second half started.
Yeah, definitely not as the first foul shot for Deion Taylor misses. Definitely not the same back and forth letting the boys play. And you look at that three that was found on the other end, an awfully late call on what looked like not a whole lot of contact. And if it was, again, blow that whistle a little bit sooner.
Taylor 1 for 4 after that first miss, does make this one, so now 2 for 5. And it's a 39-38 Jefferson lead. Again, pressure broken by Smith. Got it off to Sager, went back to Smith with the pass through his hand, grabbed by Stobbs, his shot off the mark, and a held ball going after the rebound as Shively and Anthony Smith were both holding on to it, and the possession arrow is going to give it to Jefferson. So Cougar basketball with that 1-point lead. Oh, boy, that pass went right to Stobbs through the hands of Smith. I thought Martinsburg was going to catch a break, but couldn't get that short shot to go. Johnson sending to Gladney on that left wing, around to Shively here on this right side of the floor. The Cougars shooting at the hoop to our right. Shively driving in, going to be an offensive foul as he pushed away Luke Fowler.
Yeah, Shively trying to create some room driving in. Good job, Luke Fowler, really staying with him step for step. Shively having to throw that off arm, hoping to get away with it, did not.
Second foul for Shively. The Dogs inbound. Anthony Smith in the backcourt, passing ahead to Luke Fowler, giving it off to Dorn Smith. Ahead to Stobbs, who barely was able to pull it in along this left side of the floor. Picks up his dribble, goes down low to Sager, back to the basket, spins into the lane, puts it up and in. Nice shot with a good low post move from the left to low block for Trey Sager. 40-39. Martinsburg back out by 1. 3 ball, left side of the floor for Dayon Taylor, up and good. He's the first to hit his second 3. Quickly the other way, Sager down the right side of the lane, lost control of the dribble and has to circle around and back it out. Anthony Smith with it on that far sideline. Giving it off to Dorn Smith at the high post. Sager now from the right side, thought about the 3, drives into the lane. His floater rattles around, but got it to go. Sager with 4 points now in this third quarter. We're tied again, 42-42. Second tie here in this quarter, 5th in the ball game. Butts thought about the 3 from this right corner. Sager guards him, putting it on the floor. Wanted to drive, now has to give it off. Taylor with it on this right wing, guarded by Fowler. He'll fire that 3, and it's off the rim, no good. And Sager able to get to that rebound. Starts to bring it up the floor himself, passing to Dorn Smith. To Luke Fowler, left corner 3 on the way, got it. That's what you like from Luke Fowler, that catch and release. Don't think about it, let it go. He's got his 7th of 3 of the season. And Trey Sager now stops the drive from Gladney. He got it off to Johnson, back to Gladney. Left baseline jumper, off the rim, no good. And a whistle and a foul going after the rebound. And that is a push on Dorn Smith. Not good for the Dogs, it's his 3rd. Inbounds coming for Jefferson. 45-42, the lead for Martinsburg. Cutting down the left side of the lane, Johnson taking the pass from Butts after the inbound, but he missed that shot. Anthony Smith the rebound, double teamed in the backcourt, got to Dorn Smith. Ahead to Trey Sager, back to Dorn Smith as he got right of the lane, stripped on his way up, able to grab that basketball, giving it off on the left side of the floor to Fowler, but his 3 comes off the rim, high into the air and hits the basket support. It'll belong to Jefferson.
And man, I'm not sure Dorn Smith was ever stripped of the basketball. I think he just lost it on the way up, yeah.
Either way, he went straight up and the ball went straight up as well. But thankfully, with his leaping ability, he was able to go up and get it and maintain that possession for Martinsburg. Still a 3-point lead for the Dogs at 45-42, under 5 minutes to play in the third. Dayon Taylor started to drive, backed it out, fires the 3, off the mark, rebound Fowler, still in the backcourt. Fowler a little behind the back dribble at the midcourt stripe, Taylor guarding him. Passes ahead to Anthony Smith from the left wing, driving into the paint, gives to Sutherland, 17-footer from the right side, off the rim. Keeping it alive with Stobbs, and Dorn Smith comes out of there with the rebound. Giving it back towards Sutherland, low post left side, knocked away. Dorn Smith's got it, giving out top to Fowler, and his 3-ball rolls around the rim several times and drops through.
Yeah, wide open 3 for Luke Fowler. And Matt, like you said, he is deadly from beyond the arc when he can just catch it and go right up with it.
48-42, Martinsburg with a couple of 3s from Fowler, able to break that last tie and take the lead. Shively trying to answer from straight away, his 3 off the front of the rim. Nice box out as Luke Fowler grabs that rebound. Outlet to Anthony Smith along the right side of the floor. Got into the paint, was losing control of it. It is taken by Taylor, Dayon Taylor, into the lane, his shot rejected by Jess Sutherland. Sutherland picks it up, gives to Anthony Smith along the right side of the floor. He'll back it up from about 17, fires that shot. Her rim's out, no good. Cam Johnson the rebound. Jefferson basketball. Taylor going to work it up the floor on the dribble. Anthony Smith guarding him on that wing left side. Down to 3:30 to play in our third quarter. Taylor penetrating into the lane, a little too strong on the shot, off the glass and the rim, stops the rebound, quick outlet, Fowler to the rim. No contact as he tried to get to the inside of Gladney, lost the basketball. Jefferson coming the other way, and we've got a whistle and a foul.
I think there may have been contact, no foul called.
Anthony Smith is called for his second foul.
Oh, I was talking about going back the other way to Luke Fowler.
Yes.
Yeah, that one called a foul right in front of the Jefferson bench right in front of us. I was going back to the Luke Fowler play where you said no contact, and there was contact, just no foul called.
So they are back to letting them play, is what you're trying to tell me from that exchange. Shively going to trigger that inbound. Cyril Ngasa checking into the dog lineup. Staub's going to get a little bit of a breather. Kamarion Dow comes in. Anthony Smith takes a seat. 48-42, Martinsburg with the lead. Jaden Wilkie back out there for Jefferson. He's running the point. Now guarded by Sager. Sending to the near side, intended for Shively. Stolen by Dorn Smith to the rim. One-hand stuff for Dorn Smith. And a timeout will be taken by Richard Lewis, the Jefferson head coach. It's a full timeout, so with 3:02 remaining in the third, we will take the 60-second break as well. Martinsburg now in front, 50-42.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Well, it's been a tough start to this second half for Jefferson. And, Matt, there's an old adage that says to live by the three, you can die by the three. And so far, just 4 points in this third quarter for Jefferson. A 3 and 1 of 2 from the line for Dayon Taylor.
Don't count them out yet. We saw a couple of runs like this in the first half and a couple of threes, and they're right back into this ball game. But like you said, it's been Martinsburg to start this half for sure.
Yeah, a 14-4 Martinsburg run and a steal as Jefferson got it into the front court. A pass in the lane taken by Cyril Ngasa. Into the front court, Dorn Smith giving to Trey Sager as he cut into the lane. He lost the basketball. Picked up by Wabnitz. Dribbles into the front court and has his pass knocked away. Trey Sager can't keep it from going out of bounds, and it will belong to Jefferson. So Cougar basketball. The Dogs with that 8-point lead. 14-3 start to the second half. Inbounds pass to Jarvis Wright. He'll give it off in the backcourt to Wilkie. Double team coming towards him. Martinsburg going to apply a little trap. And yep, it was. A carry in the backcourt for Jaden Wilkie. A turnover for Jefferson.
Yeah, the old palm right there for sure. He did everything but tell the ref, hey, I'm going to carry this basketball. Thing went about neck high as he was trying to corral it in.
So the Dogs force another turnover. Let's see if they can turn it into points. Chance to push that lead out to 10 for the first time in this one. The Dogs go with his back to the basket on the right side of the lane to Dorn Smith as he spun and put up the shot. It came off the rim. Rebound tipped a couple of times out off Cyril Ngasa. Jefferson will have it.
Good effort by Ngasa. Wabnitz looked like he came down with it, and Ngasa right there to poke it out of bounds.
Shively.
Backcourt pressure. And, yeah, he moved along the baseline. He can't do that. The shot wasn't made.
Right, a traveling violation out of bounds for Jefferson, so that will be a turnover, and Martinsburg will now get it with a chance to inbound. on the baseline just to the left of their own basket.
Yeah, for those watching that may not know that rule, you can only move the baseline after a made shot. If not, you have to stay stationary.
The Dogs work it to Dorn Smith, left of the lane from about 12 feet out. His shot comes off the back rim, and we have, I believe, a foul going after that rebound as Shively was pulling it in. Cyril Ngassa was wrapping him up. However, they're calling the foul on Trey Sager for a push. So it was not around the basketball, but a push underneath. So Sager picks up what we would have as his second. Inbounds pass working to Wabnitz in the backcourt. Still in the backcourt to Shively. Ahead in the front court now, Taylor with it. Giving on the wing left side to Wilkie. Down low to Shively. He puts that short shot up and through over top of the Bulldogs' Avion Blackwood. Shively up to 13. First points of the second half. Blackwood into the front court, got into the lane, gives to Trey Sager, cutting to the basket down the left baseline, but his shot rolled around the rim and out. Oh my, how'd he miss that one? Shively back the other way, penetrating in on the left angle, underhand scoop shot did not go, but 2 free throws are coming. Kamarion Dow going to be called with the block.
And Dow's saying he's got his palms up in the air going, my feet were set. They were set to an extent, but right at the end, his upper body leaning a little bit, and that's what the referees are going to see. So, yes, feet were completely set down low, and that's good for him until the end. Even if he just gets your shoulder and your feet and shoulders are set, that's going to be a charge. But his issue was he slid that upper body over just enough that the referee's calling that a blocking foul.
It is going to send Will Shively to the line. 77% foul shooter. 0 for 1 tonight. He's their leading scorer with 13 points. Free throw up, and this one off the back rim, no good. He'll get another opportunity. Shively, 6'2", sophomore. Played last year as a freshman. Good young talent. Free throw on the way, and this one is good. So he gets 1 out of 2, cutting that Bulldog lead down to 5, 50-45, and Blackwood passing ahead in the backcourt as it tipped away and stolen. Threw right into a double team, and coming up with that loose ball was Jarvis Wright. And we have a whistle, and it will stay with Jefferson. Not a foul in that situation. Got to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what that was.
Kickball.
Kicked ball, thank you. I didn't see the indication from the official.
Yep, it was a kickball, went off the foot of Martinsburg.
It's not always a kick just because it touches a player's foot.
The foot was extended.
Yes. Jefferson working the ball to Cam Johnson, low post right side. His turnaround jumper is up and good. And here comes Jefferson, now down by 3. Quickly the other way, Cyril Ngassa driving in on the right angle. Lost it as he was going up for the shot. There seemed to be some contact. No foul called. It's out of bounds to Jefferson.
Well, man, you said it at 50-42. Martinsburg starting to spread out a little bit in this one and really get a lead. It was at 8 at that point. Now another chance for Jefferson to tie it up here. This has been a game of runs so far.
Dogs had that possession with a chance to go up by double figures. And now we get a turnover in the backcourt for Jefferson. Loose ball picked up by Dorn Smith. Angle right side takes it in and lays it off the glass. Dorn Smith for 2. Into the front court for Jefferson on the dribble. Wilkie gets through some traffic, gets the shot to the rim as he hits the deck. Fouled by Trey Sager. Sager's going to have his third foul. 51.4 seconds left here in this back and forth wild crazy third quarter.
And man, how about that athleticism for Jaden Wilkie? He is just avoiding contact, avoiding defenders left and right on his way to the basket.
Jim goes almost silent as the foul shot is put up and it goes through. He's 2 for 3 from the line. 9 points for Wilkie, who averages 7 a game and does have a season high of 10. So a chance for him to match that with this free throw. Second one on the way, and he got it. So it's 52-49. Martinsburg with that three-point advantage. And Anthony Smith going to take it all the way to the rack. His shot short off the glass in the rim. Rebound to Taylor. Dayon Taylor, length of the floor. Floater in the lane. Comes off the mark. Rebound and short shot up and good for Sam Wabnitz. Matt, he was leaning backwards off balance as he put up that shot.
And Matt, the refs are back to letting him play. That is for sure a lot of contact on either end of the floor.
52-51, the Martinsburg lead cut to 1. Inbounds pass was knocked out of bounds, so the Dogs have to do it again. And Anthony Smith having that inbounds poked away and out off of Jaden Wilkie, so the Dogs will have to do it again. Inbound is actually going to come from the sideline right in the near corner of the court, just below our broadcast position. The inbounds goes across the floor on that far side. Kamarion Dow had the basketball. Wow, tipped away and out of bounds off Wilkie.
And, Matt, I don't get Jefferson pulls back the pressure. They forced back-to-back opportunities where Martinsburg had to re-inbound the basketball, and now all of a sudden they're pulling back on the pressure.
Stobbs with that inbounds, looking, eventually getting it into Dow. Back to Stobbs. Across that midcourt stripe, a behind-the-back dribble, losing control of it, dives and able to tip it to Dow. He'll get it to Ngasa, and we have a whistle and a foul on the floor as the pass was headed towards the far side. And Cam Johnson, he is going to be whistled with what we would have as his second. 52-51. Martinsburg out in front with 18.6 ticks remaining in quarter number 3. Luke Fowler with the inbounds from the right sideline in front of the Bulldog bench. Giving to Dow, back to Fowler, 3 on the way, off the rim, Johnson the rebound. Jefferson with the basketball and could take the lead going into the fourth quarter. Down to 10, down to 9, down to 8. Johnson sending, Gladney, left corner, 3 on the way. It's off the rim, no good. A whistle and a foul, and 3 free throws are coming for the freshman Jaden Gladney as he was fouled by Cyril Ngasa.
When's the last time you saw 2 guys foul on a 3 in the same quarter? Doesn't
Not
happen often in a game, period, nonetheless in the same quarter.
And especially in a game where they're letting them play. There's been a lot of contact, but that one, Cyril Ngasa closing out a little too fast. Made contact as that shot was being released. Free throw on the way, good. Gladney, a 47% foul shooter, Matt. 9 of 19 coming in, but gets that one. That ties it up at 52. Another opportunity coming, and then he'll get a third. Again, that gym goes almost silent. Free throw on the way, off the back rim, no good. Who's coming out, who's coming in? Shively going to get a bit of a breather as Ahmad Lacine, the 6'2 senior forward, checks into the lineup. He was injured much of last year, didn't get a ton of time. Gladney with the third and final of his 3 free throws, puts this one up. It rattles in and out, no good, and we've got a whistle and a foul on Jefferson, and that goes on Ahmad Lacine. All right, give Martinsburg a team rebound. They'll inbound length of the floor to go. We're tied again, 52-52. Into the front court, Kamarion Dow giving to Ngasa, off his fingertips and out of bounds. Luke Fowler was in that left corner, hoping to maybe pick it up and fire a shot, but the Dogs do not get a shot away. And at the end of 3, we take a 1-minute timeout. Heading to quarter number 4 after this, tied at 52.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
We welcome you back into Jefferson High School in Shenandoah Junction, where tonight it is the Cougars and the Bulldogs in a good one. Tied at 52 as we go to quarter number 4. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer at the studio.
Well, let's reset the clocks and the quarter score to 0. It's all about who wins the fourth quarter here, tied at 52. It's been a heck of a basketball game, and the hype that I guess we created about this basketball game, this has been everything that we expected for sure through the first 3 quarters.
Literally, I looked up at the scoreboard as you said that. There have been some issues with that scoreboard in that JV game. A steal for Jefferson as Martinsburg opens the 4th quarter with the ball, and Wabnitz goes in for the one-hand slam dunk.
And that got the crowd on the far side of us going a little bit. A traveling violation going back the other way. It's going to go on Dorn Smith.
Back-to-back turnovers for the Bulldogs. An errant pass on one, and this a traveling violation. And Jefferson with a 2-point lead and the basketball. The Dogs putting on some full-court pressure. Gladney in the backcourt taking the inbounds. Working it back to Lacine. Dorn Smith guarding him as Lacine works into the front court on the dribble along this near side. Turns and gives it off out top to Johnson. Double team coming at Johnson near that midcourt stripe. He dribbles all the way to the far side of the floor where he's able to hand it off to Wilkie, and Wilkie picked up the dribble and then had nowhere to go with it, and he shuffled the feet, a traveling violation. And the defensive intensity picking up. 52-52. Martinsburg's high this season in points, match 64. Jefferson has scored no fewer than 61 in a game. Fowler from the left corner. 3-ball over Wabnitz. Did not go. Battle for the rebound. Sager to the seat of his pants at the foul line. Able to save it for the Dogs. Anthony Smith with an angle left side. Gets to the rim and lays it in.
Good take for Smith. His first basket of the second half. He's now got 14.
Tied again at 54. Matt, that is tie number 7 in this one. 1 minute and 10 seconds gone by, quarter number 4. Cam Johnson giving to Gladney. Left side 3 on the way. It's off the back of the rim. Nice job, Wabnitz, as he gets that rebound. Giving off to Johnson. Low post left side. He turns and shoots. It's off the mark. Rebound this time to the Dogs. And Anthony Smith wants to go coast to coast and does. Along the angle right side. Smith able to get to the rim and lay it in. 56-54. Martinsburg back up by 2. Gladney in the front court to Lacine on that wing left side. Out top to Wilkie. Wilkie lobbing down low. Safe from going out of bounds by Wabnitz, but that basketball still free. It was Dorn Smith who helped to save it for Martinsburg as the ball was headed out of bounds a second time, and eventually we have a held ball in the possession arrow and leaves it with Jefferson. Wondered when we might see some of the starters back in for Jefferson, and we're seeing that now with Shively and Butts and Taylor coming back out onto the floor. Inbounds pass going to Jaden Butts. He'll give to Cam Johnson. Looking down inside, now sending to that left wing to Shively. He'll give it to Butts, open from the left side is 3. Skimming the front of the rim, coming down to the floor. Shively able to grab it, gives it off to Dayon Taylor, who gets out of there with it.
Well, Jefferson's flying all over the place right now, Matt.
They absolutely are. Wilkie with it out top now.
And the one thing about Jefferson is how deep their bench can go. They played a lot of guys tonight. So right now, the 5 on the floor still have a lot of energy left in their legs.
Yeah, they got a 14-man roster and not afraid to put just about anybody in. 56-54. Martinsburg with a 2-point lead, 5.5 minutes left. Out top with it is Wilkie. Season opening, takes it to the basket, and Jaden Wilkie lays it in. A new season high for him. He's at 12 points. 56 all, our 8th tie of the night. Dorn Smith into the front court for the Dogs. Shooting at the basket down to our left. Gives to Trey Sager. Open for 3. Left side, got it!
Banks open.
Trey Sager with his 4th 3 of the season. And the Dogs in front 59-56. In the backcourt, Taylor able to avoid a double team. Working into the front court, now backs it out. Sends to Wilkie on this right side of the floor. Back to Taylor on the left wing and to Shively here on the right side. Started to drive before passing to Wilkie along the sideline. He'll back it out. Anthony Smith on him in this Bulldog man-to-man. Johnson with it on the right side, moving down towards the baseline, cut off by Fowler, gives to Shiley. His 3 off the rim in the backboard. Sager with the rebound, and we've got a foul at the end of that as Shively ended up reaching in for the basketball and hitting Trey Sager. Sager then with a few words for Will Shively.
Yeah, a quick, hey, how's the family doing? From Trey Sager to Shively, which the contact was made to the face of Trey Sager. And Sager giving a little applause to the fans on the far side from us. And apparently nothing major settle, though. Our referees are talking to one another. Either give him a tee or keep playing. I don't know what the conversation's about.
Well, I was going to say, there was contact to the face, which may be what the conversation is
about. It was clearly.
About.
Shively came in going after that loose ball.
Yes.
Sager had it, and when Shively came in, it went to the side of the face of Trey Sager. You could see his chin go up, which I think maybe, I know at the college level, that's a different foul, so waiting to see at the high school level if that's any different of a foul.
I'm taking off a headset just to... So wait a minute, we somehow had a foul on Trey Sager that is going to be called his fourth foul. But I don't understand that. Sager clearly came down with the basketball, and then Will Shively flying in from outside the three-point arc and going for the basketball made contact with Trey Sager's face. So I'm not sure what the call is, and now Richard Lewis, the Jefferson head coach, over along with Dave Rogers, Bruce Fowler, one of the Martinsburg assistants there as well, with two officials right in front of the scorer's table. Apparently having some issues again with our video feed. Our apologies for that. Been fighting with it all evening. And now as the officials continue to discuss it, we wait and see what the call will be and how it will affect things. And again, from our vantage point, we're not going to be able to get this figured out. We're in a little crow's nest that is over top of a storage area that is on the baseline with the majority of the floor out to our left. So they do have the foul on Will Shively. So we have the foul on Shively and then a technical foul on Sager. That's where the foul came from on Sager. So his jawing at the end of that play is what creates that situation, and that will send Shively to the line for technical free throws with 4:28 to play in this one. Shively 1 for 3 from the line in this one, gets the technical free throw to go. Another opportunity for him to try to draw Jefferson to within a point. Foul shot on the way, and this one off the rim, off the backboard, it's no good. Shively at 15 points, 59-57. Martinsburg has the 2-point lead, and they're going to get the basketball as well. So Shively's foul, since it would have just been a possession foul, Martinsburg would have inbounded length of the floor to go, or at least three-quarter court. Instead, Jefferson has it. They inbound and work to Shively in that left corner is 3, off the mark and air ball. Backside rebound, Dorn Smith, outlet Anthony Smith. Smith into the lane, passing to Fowler, saved it from going out of bounds after it went through his hands, and that one caroms off a Jefferson player and shoots up into the Martinsburg JV team that is sitting in the bleachers right behind that Bulldog bench. So Martinsburg with a 2-point lead and a chance to inbound. Kamarion Dow coming in for Trey Sager. 4:15 to play in this one. Fowler with the inbounds, working to Anthony Smith between the circles, backing up near that center circle to Dorn Smith, to Luke Fowler, down to the baseline left side. He shoots it up from a few feet out, and it comes off the rim. Shively the rebound, Jefferson the basketball. Taylor into the front court, to the rim. Lost it going up and out of bounds, and it will go to Martinsburg. Deion Taylor looking at the official as though the ball was stripped, but from our vantage point, looked like he simply lost it as he was making his way down the left side of the lane. 59-57, Dogs by 2. They got the basketball. Fowler in the backcourt, dribbling through some traffic, and eventually a whistle and a foul. That foul, I believe, is going to go on Cam Johnson, the 6'4 junior swingman, can play guard and forward for this team. We got that as his third personal. Looking at that as just the 6th team foul. So the inbounds pass for the Dogs. It'll go to Dorn Smith at the midcourt stripe. to Luke Fowler from the left corner. 3-ball on the way. It's off the rim, no good. Anthony Smith keeping it alive, but Johnson grabs it. Quick outlet to midcourt. Shively with it, driving in on the right angle. Comes to a jump stop. No, a traveling violation. He couldn't hold his footing as he came to that jump stop. So Martinsburg will get it back on the turnover. Neither team able to score on their last couple of possessions, and that Bulldog lead holding at 2. Now we've got a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. Let's take 30 seconds as well. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this one, and Martinsburg leading by 2.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Well, again, Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times.
Second foul shot for Stobbs. It is on the way, and that one no good. And the rebound tipped, goes out of bounds on the baseline, and it will, let's see, go to Jefferson. So Jefferson basketball, length of the floor to go. Still down by 2, Martinsburg. Unable to increase the line.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
4-point that Bulldog lead. Trey Sager's back in. Kamarion Dow takes a break, and we get a timeout on the floor. This one coming for Jefferson. Another 30-second timeout. Let's again take that 30-second break and then return with Martinsburg leading 61-57.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
We know the video has been cutting out. We are understanding that the audio has still pretty much been there, so thank you for staying with us. It's been a battle we've had all evening, falling apart at the worst possible time. Inbounds pass for Jefferson. It'll go to Cam Johnson, low post right side. Contact as he put up the shot. It did not go, but a whistle and a foul. Looks like that one will go on Sager, and that should wrap it up for him. That will be his 5th personal foul. 2:58 remaining in this one, and he will foul out, finishing with 9 points, including 1 3-pointer. Cam Johnson is going to go to the line, a 57% free throw shooter, 4 of 7 on the season. But first, head coach Dave Rogers going to take his allotted amount of time before putting in a substitution, and will pull his team together and give them some instruction. Matt, a hectic finish to what has been a hectic type of game, but that's really what both of these teams like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, this is what we expected to see out of these two teams, and right now getting a little chippy at the end. But again, you have two teams that don't want to drop a game right now. Both have won 4 in a row, whether that's official or unofficial. Neither one of them wants to break that streak. And for Jefferson, you're trying to snap what's been an even bigger streak against these Martinsburg Bulldogs.
Cam Johnson's first free throw off the front of the rim, and no good as we get back to play. Johnson averages 8 a contest. He is at 5 right now in this one, make it 6. The second of his 2 foul shots is good. 61-58, the Martinsburg lead, and time taken as we have a little wet spot on the floor right where Kamarion Dow is preparing to inbound. A towel going to be given to one of our officials to go ahead and clean that spot up. Full court pressure continuing for Jefferson. Matt, they've done it much of this game. At times with success, at other times Martinsburg has been able to break it. Let's see if the Dogs can do that here. Kamarion Dow. He is going to be given a chance to move up and down the baseline. There he goes, and eventually getting it into Anthony Smith, into the front court, a little behind the back dribble, poked away from him. He is falling forward and gives a touch pass to Dorn Smith, and as he's doing so, a whistle stops play, and it is a foul on Jefferson. That goes on 0. Jaden Wilkie with the block. I have 9 fouls on Jefferson now in this second half, each team with 9, so the next one puts the other team in the double bonus. And Anthony Smith, a 74% foul shooter, 17 of 23 coming in. He hits his first free throw of the night. He's got 17 points. That is a season high. Second foul shot off the mark. Rebound controlled by Taylor. 62-58 Martinsburg, 2:45 and counting. Double team on Taylor at midcourt. Gets it off to Wilkie. Wilkie to the foul line. Kicks to Gladney. Left corner. 3 up and good. Jaden Gladney with his first 3 of the night.
That's a big one. Back within 1.
62-61, the Martinsburg lead. Kamarion Dow into the front court on the dribble as the Bulldogs break that full court pressure. Dow with a little hesitation move, gets just inside the foul line, floats it up off the rim, but got his own rebound. A little too much on it, but was able to corral it. Brings it back out near that midcourt stripe, and head coach Dave Rogers giving some instruction from that sideline with the offense right in front of him.
Yeah, slow it down a little bit. Take some time off the clock.
Anthony Smith guarded by Gladney. Moves to the right side of the floor. Had the ball poked away. Went down to get it. Got it to Stobbs. In the lane to Dorn Smith. Shot blocked by Shively, but a whistle and a foul. And I don't think that's on Shively. I think it's on Johnson, although we're going to wait and see. Yes, it is. Cam Johnson. We have that as his 4th foul. And Dorn Smith will go to the line. And, Matt, he's their leading free throw shooter, 91%. He's made 10 of 11 this season. Free throw up and short. No good. Dorn Smith averages 15 a game, 8 points so far in this one. Second free throw on the way, and it's good. Hit the front of the rim, popped into the air, and then dropped down through. 63-61. Martinsburg with a 2-point lead. Down the floor pass for Jefferson over Gladney at the midcourt stripe, and stolen by Luke Fowler. In the backcourt, Kamarion Dow. Wilkie all over him, and just across midcourt, head coach Dave Rogers says, I'll take a timeout. I think it's going to be a full timeout. Yes, it is. We'll take 60 seconds as well with 1:45 left in this one. Martinsburg with the ball and a 2-point lead when we come back.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
If you missed it earlier, Musselman with a win over Spring Mills at 65-43 this evening. The Hedgesville game at Washington was canceled. No word as to why, but that one did not take place here. 63-61 Martinsburg with a 2-point lead as we near 1:40 and counting. The Bulldogs inbound. Anthony Smith down the right of the lane, getting it off to Fowler in the paint. Double team to Stobbs on the left wing. Stobbs now back out near that midcourt stripe, giving to Anthony Smith. Smith dribbles into the lane, floats it up on the run, off the backside of the iron, and the rebound to Shively. Quick outlet to Taylor. Taylor into the front court, giving to Wilkie on that left side beyond the arc. He dribbled down to the baseline, turned it, threw it out. Wow, nice job by Dayon Taylor to run it down near the midcourt stripe and save a backcourt. 63-61, 2-point Bulldog lead, nearing a minute left. Dayon Taylor, straightaway three, off the backside of the rim, high into the air. Dorn Smith reaching for that rebound, was fouled by Will Shively, and the sophomore is going to foul out with 1:02 to play.
And Matt, the way this game's been called, that was two guys going up for a rebound. I'm just not sure I see that. And I'm not sure anybody else realizes that Will Shively's fouled out.
Yeah, I believe our official at the scorer's table just made that motion to the bench. And they will have to make the substitution. Yeah, Shively's still down on the line, kind of hiding, if you will, like maybe they won't make me come out. He'll finish with 15 on the night. That includes 2 for 5 from the foul line and 1 of the team's 8 3-pointers. Matt, they average almost 9 a game. They're right there. Of course, if they could get that 9th one, it may go a long way towards them getting the win in this one. Right now down by 2. Dorn Smith to the line where he hit 1 of 2 moments ago. First free throw up, got it. He's now in double figures with 10 points. That keeps his string alive to open this season. Well, I shouldn't say to open the season. You only had 9 in that first game against Morgantown, but this is the 5th straight with 10 or more points. Second foul shot off the rim. A rebound to Jefferson. A 3-point game, still 1 possession. 64-61 Martinsburg. 52-51-50 into the front court. Wilkie giving it off to Johnson, tightly guarded by Stobbs. Johnson down the right side of the lane, giving to Gladney from the right corner. His 3, got it! Jaden Gladney with his second 3 of the ball game. He's got 13 points. Don't look now. 64-64. Matt, that is our 9th tie of the night.
And you mentioned it. The next 3 could go a long way for Jefferson. Certainly did. What a basketball game.
Man, timeout being taken. It will be called by Jefferson. Head coach Richard Lewis wanting to settle things for his troops. We would have him with 1 timeout remaining. I would have Coach Rogers with 2 timeouts remaining with 42.4 seconds left in this one. Martinsburg right now at their season high in points, 64 in a game. Jefferson has gone as high as 80 in a contest. They are near their average right now, though, of 67.7, or let's round it up to 68 a game. These two teams both like to get up and down the floor. They have done that. Now, that doesn't mean it's been pretty at times. It's been kind of sloppy, a lot of turnovers for both teams, some missed shots, but we've also had those stretches like in that, second quarter when we just had 3-ball after 3-ball going down for both teams. It's been a fun one. Inbounds pass will come length of the floor to go for Martinsburg. Garrett Stobbs will look to get it in. Takes the ball from the official. Sends to Anthony Smith on that far side. Getting near the midcourt stripe. Slows it down, giving to Stobbs. Ahead to Fowler on this left wing. Fowler into the lane. Giving to Smith from the right side. 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped. Gladney's got it. Tied at 64. 22 seconds and counting. Dayon Taylor in the front court. Hands it off to Wilkie near that midcourt stripe. Fowler guards him down to 14, down to 13, down to 12, 11, and 10. Wilkie still on the dribble. Fowler on him in this man-to-man. Penetrating towards the lane. Kicking over to the far side now. Out top. Ball fake. 3-ball. Off the mark for Dayon Taylor. Rebound Stobbs. And we will go to an overtime period. We are tied at 64.
Game's so good, might as well get some overtime out of it. Get some free basketball.
Let's take a 60-second break. Come back to get our extra period of play underway after this, tied at 64.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford. Our TV10 cameraman John Alderton. Our apologies, Matt is still working very hard to try to get our video feedback. We're just getting a very poor signal tonight from here at the Jefferson High School Gymnasium. Glad you could stay with us with the audio continuing. 64-64, we are tied as we go into the overtime period. Anthony Smith out top as Martinsburg gets it. Driving now into the lane. Used the right hand for the shot and got it to go. Anthony Smith now with 19. He had 17 at the end of regulation. 66-64. Martinsburg regains the lead. Seems throughout this ball game, each time that Jefferson has been able to tie it and or Jefferson even taking a brief lead, Martinsburg has had an answer. Here's a throwaway. Cam Johnson got down to the baseline, turned, tried to throw it to a player out front, taken by Fowler. Fowler's shot wouldn't go, but there's Garrett Stobbs with the put-in attempt, and quickly the other way. Jaden Wilkie taking a long down-the-floor pass, fouled as he goes up for the shot, as Anthony Smith will pick up his third. Wow, what a job by Garrett Stobbs on the put-back basket after the miss by Fowler. That was crazy, acrobatic, a great move. Fully extended, reaching, cutting through the lane, and ultimately Garrett Stobbs hit the deck at the end of the play, but got it to go 68-64. Martinsburg by 4. Wilkie at the line, and the free throw up and good. Wilkie is now 4 for 5 from the line in this one. He's got 13 points. Will Shively is already fouled out for Jefferson. Trey Sager is fouled out for Martinsburg. Neither available for this extra 4 minutes of play. Both foul shots are good. 68-66. Wilkie cuts that Martinsburg lead down to 2, and now the Bulldogs turn it over. Taking it away from Dorn Smith was Dayon Taylor down the floor to Johnson. His shot partially deflected by Kamarion Dow. Putback attempt would not go for Wabnitz, and Martinsburg's quickly the other way. Anthony Smith to the rack and fouled as his shot comes off the backboard in the rim, and Anthony Smith will go to the line for a pair. That personal on Dayon Taylor, who went charging down the floor and skied into the air trying to block that shot. And on the arm. And Anthony Smith will head to the line. Smith just 1 of 2 from the foul line. That came in the fourth quarter of action. Calmly steps to the line and puts this one through. And now 20 points for Anthony Smith, a season high. And looking back even to last year, would be a high from a season ago as well. This foul shot rattles around a little bit, but does drop through. Smith gets them both. 70-66, the Bulldog lead. 2:42 and counting in overtime. Into the front court, Johnson to Wabnitz, and now to Wilkie, driving into the lane. He feeds to Cam Johnson. Johnson fouled as he went up for the shot, and a couple of free throws coming. That's Kamarion Dow going to pick up what we would have as his third personal. Johnson frustrated that he couldn't get that shot to go and maybe have a three-point opportunity. Instead, Cam Johnson will step to the line where he's 1 for 2 in this one and knocks it down. He's up to 7 points. If he can make this one, he'll be at his season average of 8 a game. Foul shot on the way. Got it. So Cam Johnson gets them both. 70-68 Martinsburg. Anthony Smith at the midcourt stripe, able to avoid a possible trap, getting it off to Stobbs. Now to Dow, beyond the arc on that right side as Jefferson settles into the man-to-man defense. Kamarion Dow dribbling to his left, a little behind-the-back dribble, harassed by Jaden Wilkie. And we're going to get a 5-second violation coming from the outside official on the other side of the floor. The official right there in front of the Martinsburg bench. I'm not sure if he was ready to blow his whistle or not. Head coach Dave Rogers was thinking he had a foul called. Instead, it's a turnover.
Yeah, Coach Rogers, I don't think overly thrilled with the officiating in tonight's game. Just taking a shot in the dark there, but doesn't seem, especially in this second half, it's been slightly critical.
Driving in on the angle right side, Cam Johnson is called with a charge as he made contact with Garrett Stobbs, who had set up underneath of the basket, and Johnson commits the personal foul. That means Martinsburg will get it back. That is a turnover, and it stays a 2-point Bulldog lead at 70-68. And I believe that's going to be the 5th foul on Johnson. Yep, there it is. I'm looking at my score sheet, and again, been hard to hear sometimes. So trying to make sure, and yes, that is the indication from the scorer's table. So with 2:09 left in the overtime period, Cam Johnson becomes the second Cougar to foul out.
Jarvis Wright going to come in the game for him. Probably seen a few minutes today, but definitely not a whole lot.
Inbounds pass to Kamarion Dow, poked away from him by Gladden. He saves it from going out of bounds as he got it to Jarvis Wright, and Wright is fouled as he goes up for the shot, and Jefferson will have a chance to tie it from the foul line as Kamarion Dow has his 4th foul. Good grief, this is anybody's game. It's crazy the way that this
Who's going to get the last possession?
There it is. Oh, in the regulation, each team got a shot down the stretch and couldn't make it. Jarvis Wright is a 50% foul shooter. Are you ready? 5 of 10 on the season. Hasn't scored tonight. First foul shot good.
Big bucket.
Another opportunity coming for the 6'3" sophomore. Foul shot up. This one a little bit strong. Rebound to Kamari on Dow. 70-69 Martinsburg. Outlet Anthony Smith driving in, angle right side. Count it off the glass for Anthony Smith as he drew contact and will get a 3-point opportunity. Stopping the clock with 1:58 to go in overtime, and it's Jaden Gladney who is called with the foul. 70. They have 71-69 up there right now. Should that not be 73-69? Did he not just get a 3-point play?
He did.
It wasn't not 70-69 earlier? Dorn Smith with a steal now at the midcourt stripe. Working into the front court, gets fouled from behind by Jarvis Wright. Jarvis Wright going to pick up his first. And Dorn Smith going to the line. Dorn Smith, 1, 2, 3, 4. He has had 4 free throw attempts late in this game and hit 2 of them, and he misses this one. But I am still confused.
Yeah, looking at the total numbers, I'm with you.
He only took 1 free throw.
He did.
Because he made the shot, and it was 70-69. So I'm again lost as to the score on the scoreboard, but Dorn Smith puts 1 of 2 through.
There we go.
No? Remember, he just made
right.
that
He just
one.
made the free throw.
Should be 74 in our book. Right now, 73-69 on the scoreboard. Driving in on the angle left side against a tough defense. Jaden Wilkie puts it up a little too strong, stops the rebound and back the other way. He goes down to the ground as he was being stripped by Deion Taylor. Taylor going to pick up that personal foul. 2 officials going to get together.
And, man, I'm not so sure that wasn't an intentional foul. There was no effort to block that ball at all.
Yeah, just trying to make sure he doesn't get to the rim with that shot. And Martinsburg backing away from the line. Now all the players are as well. And I think that's what we are going to have.
And that's a good call. There was no attempt on that basketball at all. It was clearly just to stop the progress of Garrett Stobbs driving right side.
So Taylor going to pick it up as an intentional foul, meaning Martinsburg will get the 2 free throws and the basketball as Garrett Stobbs will step to the line, still looking to make his first foul shot of the season. Free throw on the way, and it is no good. Boy, he had his issues from the line a year ago. 33%, 5 of 15, and for a guy that can knock him down from beyond the arc, you got to imagine this is in the mind just a little bit as Stobbs gets 1 of 2, and now 1 for 4 tonight, and that makes him 1 for 5 on the season. So 74-69, we're sticking with that since that's what's on the scoreboard, and now Martinsburg calls for a timeout. We'll take the 60-second break as well with 1:33 to play in overtime, and Martinsburg in front by 5.
The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Going back through and tallying up the scoring through both our running score and through our scoring individually. 74-69 Martinsburg with that lead. 10 points that they have scored in this 4-minute overtime session with still 1:33 remaining. And Martinsburg, they have preparing to inbound the basketball. He inbounds to Dorn Smith on the right side of the floor. Giving it off to Kamarion Dow. Out top to Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith on that right wing, avoiding the double team as he gets it to Dow. Now to Stobbs on this left wing. Back to Anthony Smith on that right side of the floor, and we have a whistle and an offensive foul on Anthony Smith as he and Dayon Taylor bumped bodies. And Anthony Smith now has his fourth foul. That's a Bulldog turnover, and Dave Rogers can just stand there with his hands on his hips looking across the floor, wondering about that one. Sam Wapnitz with the inbounds pass, gives it to Taylor. 74-69, the Martinsburg lead. Still plenty of time. 1:12 and counting in this one. Wapnitz taking the pass at the high post, holds it overhead, looking, giving it off to Gladney. Gladney working to Wilkie down along the right baseline. He got into a double team, came to a jump stop. Yep, there is the traveling violation. I've got 22 turnovers now for Jefferson. But Martinsburg's right there with 21, so the Dogs with that 5-point lead and the basketball with exactly 1 minute left. The inbounds to Kamarion Dow. Working towards the midcourt stripe, passing it off to Stobbs across midcourt. He'll give it right back to Kamarion Dow, feet near that center circle, getting around Wilkie, who reached in and looked like tried to foul him from behind, but no call. Anthony Smith with it on that right side. He gets into the lane. Short shot off the rim. Rebound and put back for Dorn Smith. Again, contact on a couple of occasions where you thought they might call the foul, but didn't. Now Gladney in the front court. Deep three from this right sideline. Off the rim and then high into the air off the top of the backboard and out of bounds.
I think that may have been all she wrote for Jefferson. They needed a basket terribly in that possession and just settling for a long three. Timeout taken, but a 7-point game, 30.9 left. I think this is all but over from here at Shenandoah Junction.
And it looks like Martinsburg will keep that string alive, Matt, as they were looking for their 15th consecutive win in this series. But I tell you what, for two teams with a lot of guys back, Jefferson closing the gap. Last year, Martinsburg got the win at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, 89-49. And then here at Jefferson, 102-72 when they met at the Fieldhouse for the regional final. Martinsburg won 72-54 in that one. So those games last year, not real close. This year, Jefferson has been right in it throughout. Martinsburg led 17-12 after one. Jefferson led 38-36 at the intermission. We were tied at 52 after three, tied at 64 going into this overtime period. And, well, Martinsburg has pulled away over these last 4 minutes. Hey, by the way, we do have another scoring update. High school girls basketball, 57-29. It was a win for Jefferson at Hedgesville. Have not gotten anything on that Martinsburg Spring Mills girls game. Hang on. We do have that boys game. Not Derek Basile sending me the boys score. We already had Musselman over Spring Mills, 65-43. So Martinsburg inbounds the basketball, and Kamarion Dow in the backcourt very quickly fouled. That foul going on Gladney. We would have that as his third. Each team well over 10 fouls in this second half, and 2 free throws coming for whichever team draws that foul. And so the foul shot up and good for Kamarion Dow. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. He's got 8 points. Matt, when the Dogs score 77 or more, or 70 points or more, I should say, as they're up to 77, watch out, because they are hard to beat. Free throw, rattles around, pops out no good. That rebound grabbed by Wapnitz. Down the floor pass. It goes to Jaden Wilkie, who drives in on the right baseline, and the layup is good for Wilkie. Cuts that deficit now to 77-71. And very quickly, a timeout for Jefferson, but Martinsburg with the win on the girls' side. What do you got, Matt?
69-43 over Spring Mills.
69-43. So the Lady Bulldogs getting a much-needed victory. By the way, back to Martinsburg, when they score 70 or more points, they went 13-1 last season, and over the last 9 years, 95 wins and 2 losses when they get over the 70-point mark in a game. They're over that 70-point mark in this one, and they've got a 6-point lead with 21.8 left. Although with the way this Jefferson team can shoot from beyond the arc, that's not necessarily safe. Garrett Stobbs with the inbounds, length of the floor to go. Slaps the basketball, looks, eventually gets it to Anthony Smith. Right back to Stobbs. No, stolen by Gladney. He'll get it to Wilkie. Out top, Taylor for three, and Dayon Taylor knocks it down. Are you kidding me? Turnover, quick three, 77-74. What'd we just talk about? They can knock them down, and that keeps them in a game.
Wow.
14.4 seconds left.
Wow. I mean, just clutch as clutch comes for Dayon Taylor.
Man.
To not only get the basketball, but then realize, hey, I need a three right here, take a dribble and a step and a half back, and then knock down a three in a huge situation in the game.
Well, go back to the end of regulation. Gladney hit that big three-pointer that got us tied at 64. Each team then had a chance on the offensive end to maybe get the winning bucket. Neither team could get it done. That sent us into this overtime period, and after Martinsburg opens up the lead, well, how do you like that? A turnover and a clutch three has it back to a one-possession game, 77-74, that Martinsburg lead. Again, length of the floor to go for the Bulldogs. Just now breaking their huddle with head coach Dave Rogers and assistant coach Bruce Fowler right there, giving out instructions. Inbounds pass, it goes to Anthony Smith. Smith double-teamed and eventually a reach-in foul. A couple of seconds do go off the clock as Jaden Gladney commits the personal. I was going to say that's his fourth. It is. I hear them make the announcement, so we've been accurate in marking down his fouls. And Anthony Smith, 2 for 2 from the line in this overtime period, 3 for 4 on the night. The chance to make it a two-possession game, and he leaves it short. He's got 23 points, leading the way for the Dogs. Another opportunity coming. Free throw up and got it.
That's the one that counts.
78-74 Martinsburg. Into the front court, Taylor. A little behind the back dribble. Hesitation move. He's going to go right to the rack and put it up and in. He made body contact with Stobbs. No foul was called. Stobbs is going to let the ball roll around out of bounds. Dogs won't even have to inbound. Horn sounds, ball game over. Martinsburg holds on for the overtime victory here at Jefferson. 78-76 the final. Well, Matt, did it live up to the billing?
Oh, I'd say the billing and then some, because we got free basketball out of it.
We did.
We were promised 4 quarters. We got 5.
We did. We'll come back and tell you all about those 5 quarters of action when we come back. A 2-minute timeout, and then we get into the Palace Lounge post-game show. It's brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Check out their Facebook page for a full menu and a list of daily specials. Final in this one from Shenandoah Junction in overtime. Martinsburg knocks off Jefferson 78-76.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com. The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg offers hand-cut, locally sourced steaks, fresh seafood, and sandwiches with great daily specials like 75-cent wings all day Monday, prime rib on Tuesday, New York strip on Wednesday, and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Ask for the lunch punch card and have lunch on the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard. And don't forget the Big Apple Lounge on Seder Drive in Inwood.
With our video feed throughout the course, audio feed at least held out, and we could bring you what was an exciting finish to this one. Matt, let's start our Palace Lounge postgame show as we recap the scoring in this one. All we really have to tell you is Martinsburg had a 5-point lead after one, but was down by 2 at the half. And then we were tied at the end of 3, tied at the end of 4, and in all 9 ties in this basketball game from the first quarter right through that final horn. Overtime, Martinsburg begins to pull away, you would think, but with that deadly 3, Jefferson's never out of it.
Yeah, and they came back out to within 3 late in the game. It was Deion Taylor hitting about as clutch of a 3 as you can possibly hit, and at that point you're going, okay, if Martinsburg misses a free throw, if Jefferson can get another steal, how is this game going to play out? Was able to get a clutch free throw down the stretch and do everything they needed to do late just to hold on and win this basketball game. But a great game start to finish.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It had all of the drama that we had anticipated as it plays out in the favor of Martinsburg, 78-76. And with the win, Martinsburg has now won 5 in a row on the floor. They are 5-1 overall, but technically 4-1 according to the WVSS-AC. Jefferson really technically suffers their first loss of the season according to the SSAC. When you take away those Frederick County, Virginia games, Jefferson now at 3-1, but really overall 5-2 through 7 games that they have played on the floor. We'll continue to tally up some numbers during our next 2-minute timeout, and we'll bring you some final game stats when we come back. It is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Tripp's at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com.
Back again here at Jefferson High School, where Martinsburg gets the win in overtime over the Cougars 78-76. Our Palace Lounge postgame show continues with stats from this one. Individual totals are brought to you by Matt.
Brought to you by Matt. Thank you for that lovely endorsement there, Mr. Miller. Jaden Wilkie finished with 18 points as leading scorer for Jefferson. Pretty close behind him with 15 was Will Shively and Jaden Gladney with 13. 11 points for Deion Taylor. Those are your double-figure scores for the Jefferson Cougars. 8 points in the contest for Cam Johnson. 7 points for Sam Wabnitz. 3 for Jaden Butts. He hit just 1 3. And then a lone free throw for Jarvis. Those are your individual numbers for Jefferson. Let's go over to Martinsburg. Leading all scorers, Anthony Smith, 24 points in the contest. 13 for Dorn Smith. 12 for Luke Fowler. 9 points for Trey Sager, 8 for Kamarian Dow, 9 for Garrett Stobbs, and 3 points for Jess Sutherland, who knocked down what we believe is his first varsity 3 of his career.
All right, what we would have is some team totals. I tell you, both of these teams are going to go back and lament missing some free throws. I've got Martinsburg 13 of 24 from the line, that's 54%, and Jefferson 14 of 25 or 56%. Jefferson, as good as advertised from beyond the arc, 10 three-pointers that they knocked down. And for Martinsburg, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that the Dogs were able to knock down in this one. Rebounding edge goes to Jefferson, 38-28 unofficially, and I've got both teams right at 22 turnovers. Fouls aplenty. Jefferson 22, Martinsburg 20 in this one. There you go. Look at some team numbers and some individual numbers. Biggest number is now in the record books. Again, Martinsburg 5-1 as Jefferson falls to 5-2. We'll give you some other scores from around the Eastern Panhandle tonight, and we'll set you up for our next broadcast as well as we come back to wrap up our Palace Lounge postgame show, our final 2-minute timeout, and then we come back. Martinsburg getting the win in overtime here tonight at Jefferson, 78-76.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg offers hand-cut, locally sourced steaks, fresh seafood, and sandwiches with great daily specials like 75-cent wings all day Monday, prime rib on Tuesday, New York strip on Wednesday, and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Ask for the lunch punch card and have lunch on the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard. And don't forget the Big Apple Lounge on Sater Drive in Inwood. Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
The Art McBee Insurance Agency is proud to be a sponsor of EPAC Basketball. We're an independent insurance agency representing many top insurance companies. We offer home, auto, business, life, and health policies. Call us at 304-263-6906 or stop in at 824 North Queen Street in Martinsburg for a no-obligation quotation. Offices in Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs.
We are back one final time on this Tuesday evening here at Shenandoah Junction. Martinsburg getting the better of Jefferson in overtime by a 78-76 final. Matt, as we look at what has happened elsewhere around the Eastern Panhandle this evening, we know that Musselman in boys play got a win over Spring Mills 65-43, while the Hedgesville Washington boys game did not happen tonight. That game was postponed. Meanwhile, on the girls' side, we know that it was a win for Jefferson over Hedgesville, 57-29. And then one other final to let you know about, Martinsburg beating Spring Mills in girls play, 69-43. So that is what happened this evening around the Eastern Panhandle. What is next for these two teams?
Looking up for Martinsburg Friday at Spring Mills, and they take the trip to Morgantown, what looks to be a very good game Saturday at University. Hedgesville is next Tuesday. For Jefferson, Friday they take on the Hedgesville Eagles. Monday they are at Musselman, and Friday it is against Spring Mills right here in Shenandoah Junction. And for both of these teams, some very important games. 5 of the next 6 that I just told you combined for both teams against regional opponents. And for Martinsburg, a quality out-of-conference game wedged in between there with that game on Saturday at University.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Most of the teams are pretty much into EPAC play about the rest of the way with only 3 weeks left. But for Martinsburg, they still have some of those non-conference games, University, and then at the end of the year, Lindsley and Wheeling Park in that Northern Panhandle road trip. So the Dogs going to test the waters a little bit against some other teams from around the Mountain State, maybe get an idea of where they stand as we head into the postseason.
Yeah, should be a fun next couple of weeks until we get to that week following, the 16th, 17th? Yeah. So that'll be the week of the 18th when the sectional and regional start.
There you go. That's going to wrap it up for us here this evening. We send out a special thanks to each of our sponsors for supporting our coverage of high school boys basketball. We thank you especially for joining us tonight and dealing with some of the technical difficulties that we have had. We really do appreciate that. We say thank you to both head coaches providing interviews and information for our broadcast. Thanks to Athletic Director Bill Stewart. Thanks to Tanner Robeson for all of the help and hospitality here at Jefferson High School, getting us set up and ready and on the air as best as we could here this evening. Our studio engineer is Colin McLaughlin, our TV10 cameraman John Alderton. For Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, reminding you our final here in this one. In overtime, it was Martinsburg at 78 and Jefferson 76. Until next time, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Arndt McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.